Beautiful pass by Michael Jordan. Always get the ball up ahead and force the defense. Then Scottie Pippen. Now just watch Michael. Michael looks up, he sees it, he makes the pass, and then unselfish play. Beautiful move by Scottie Pippen. Strong move right here by King.
Michael Jordan is obviously ready for the playoffs. 20 points in this ball game.
Well, I like what he said, though, Bob. He said, yeah, you know, you're always nervous. He said, but you remember, it's only one game tonight. That's all. He says, if you win or if you lose, you're only down one or you're up one. That's it. You forget about it. You come out tomorrow. Nice pass.
This is the biggest Bulls lead of 16 into Wilkins. Offensive foul.
That's it. See, when that pass came down, they had a 3-on-1. And then you end up with a turnover when you should have a slam dunk. Now, why Koncak made that extra pass beats me. All he had to do was take that one in strong.
He is reluctant to score inside.
That's travel. And the foul on Blaylock. Mookie Blaylock's got a good point. I think just like Mookie Blaylock that he traveled coming off. He definitely takes the little steps. Then he goes up. Definitely Blaylock bumps him. Now this is what we call a triangle guard around. Here comes the guard play. Now you're going to see it right there. There it is. It's a travel. And then Mookie Blaylock gets the bump.
And Armstrong gets a three-point conversion. And the Bulls with the biggest lead of the game, 19 points. Chicago on a 7-0 run, and Dominique missed the layup.
The shots are there, though, Bob. They've had a ton of shots below the dotted line in the painted area.
Jordan in the no-look to Grant. Stolen by Keith. Blaylock for three.
He gets to that spot very quick, and the release of the shot. He's shooting for the year 38% in threes.
Never known as a three-point shooter previously. Grant's one touch to B.J. Armstrong. Blaylock got there. It's Atlanta ball.
Fortunately for the Hawks, they stopped playing volleyball and knocked it out off the white shirts.
Blaylock at the point has 10 points tonight, looking for Keith down on the block against Grant. Jump hook. No offensive boards. Armstrong misses the two. Loose ball foul. That'll be on Chicago. Stacey King is first.
Yeah, Keith did a nice job that time. He boxed out and then pushed Stacey King back so that when he did elevate, he came right down on top of him. If I'm on the coaching staff tonight with the Hawks, for game 2 or in the second half, I know I can get good shots down inside.
Yeah.
But we've got to play a little stronger. Hold our spot, shoot a higher percentage, and then anytime we take it to the rim, go strong with two hands because it's there.
Dominique Wilkins draws 3 white jerseys before he pulls it back out. 7 on the shot clock. Dominique pulls up and misses.
That's a bad shot. See, he was determined to shoot that.
Jordan fouled by Dominique Wilkins, pushed into the expensive seats.
See, Nolan Fine was right on that ball. He rode him in, had his left arm right on his hip, and that's Wilkins' third.
Chicago Stadium, where the Bulls begin their defense of the World Championship. Bob Neal, Hubie Brown with you. It was a close game at the beginning, then 2 early fouls. 2 on Willis, 2 on Wilkins, and the nature of the game turned. The Chicago Bulls shooting percentage has hovered between 65 and 70%. They've been dominating the offensive boards, and they lead now 57-41 with 1:48 to go in the half.
Of all the Hawks frontline people, Willis is the only one that's going to instill any kind of fear into the Bulls in regards to pounding on that offensive glass.
And he's on the bench with 3 fouls.
That's right.
Augmon dribbles into real trouble. Look at this defense. This is the defense the world champions played last year. Contact misses. Pippen. King blocked. Foul call. Keith got a piece of the ball. And they're calling him for his second personal.
Yeah, he came across the top that time, Bob. Caught a piece of this head. You know, King is getting out and running the lanes, Bob. He's running hard.
Coming up at halftime, Reebok halftime report. Bulls have had all 4 of their big men in this ball game tonight. Good start by Bill Cartwright at center. Ernie Johnson will be joined by Warriors head coach Don Nelson. You know, the Knicks had their pre-playoff training camp in Charleston, South Carolina. We'll have a report on that. Also a preview of the Lakers-Sun game tonight, which comes up right after this with a live interview with Lakers head coach Randy Funn. 59-41 here, Bulls. Minute 20 to go, first half. Into Keith. Hawks have been held to 43 first half points.
The point guards are getting the people the ball in the right positions. The front court people have got to start scoring.
Jordan left alone on the baseline. Misses this jumper. His arm's probably tired. Armstrong for 3. Another offensive board. King. Another tip back in. That was Michael Jordan, and he's got his number, 23 in points. Keith is fouled by Scott Williams. Fortunate break for Adam Keith there. He was surprised by Williams. Could easily been called for a travel.
The story of the first half, the fouls to Willis and Wilkins, and then the dominant offensive rebounding by the Chicago Bulls.
Adam Keith, pretty good shooter facing the basket, but Adam Keith is only a fair free throw shooter at 70%. And he gets the bounce. It's a 16-point Bulls lead with under a minute to go in the first half. It was 26-24 when Wilkins and Willis picked up their second personal foul each, and that's when the Bulls took off. There's another offensive board and another foul. Again, not having Kevin Willis on the floor gives the Hawks very little chance on the rebounding glass.
Anytime that you're getting a double team, naturally you're going to be at a disadvantage defensively on the offside rebounding. That's why your guards must come back in and rebound. Your second guard, if you're going to be trapped in the Bulls out at 15 feet, well then your second guard must get back in there and help you out on the boards.
Kevin Willis on the bench with 3 personal fouls.
Michael said today we've been practicing. Practices have been very heated. And he said, I just can't wait so he can play someone else other than our own guys.
Certainly a good sign. Blaylock with a quick pull-up three. What a quick release.
That is a tough shot, and that's his third 3.
He's the Joe Namath of quick release on the 3. Mookie Blaylock has 13 points already in this game. 14 seconds to go in the half. Those 3s holding the Hawks in some sense, 62-48. Jordan blows by Keith. There's contact. Contact finally gets a board. The Bulls dominating the offensive rebounding, shooting a very high percentage, and they are really turning it up for their defense of the title. 62-48 at the half. After these commercial messages, we'll be joining Ernie Johnson Jr. and Don Nelson in Atlanta.